Hello friends and fashion lovers, welcome and welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this summer outfit. Let's get right into the making of it. I used 2 yards of African print fabric and the elastic is half the waist measurement minus 1 inch. A link to the standard measurement of a basic bodice pattern will be in the description box. That being said, what I'm going to do to my basic bodice is to go ahead and adjust the neckline. Yes, I use a standard neckline. So here I am marking 3 inches. That's 1 inch away from the original neckline to adjust this neckline. Then for the armhole, since it's a sleeveless one, you need to take away a few centimeters from the armhole. So I decided to take away 3/4 of an inch. You could do as much as 1 inch. So do well to blend that out nicely. Now for the back, you can choose a different design you want, but for me, I am just continuing with the back level. You can make it a slant form or it can be designed as back, but I just continued with the whole back level. Then take out a few inches from this back. I want to include loops, but you can skip the loops and just bend it over on its own. It's actually very beautiful. I'll show you what that looks like on its own at the end, towards the end of this video, but I just want to add loops so I can have kind of like multifunctional way of wearing this because it's a grow with me summer outfit. So with this, the pattern is pretty much ready. I'm going to go ahead and cut this pattern out. You can readjust the neckline if you are not comfortable with the neckline placement. You can make it more round. Please note that this pattern, the center front is cut on fold. With that being said, I have added the necessary steaming allowance to my fabric. I'm just cutting out my fabric using my pattern at this point. Notch where the strap will sit, notch where the back and the front meet. So I've done that and I'm just setting my bodice aside. So now to my strap. The width of my strap is 1.5 inches and the length can be as long as you want it. You want it long enough so that you'll be able to play around with it. Here I am just going to fold them in and stitch. I'm just making a strap with this. So just fold it in, the raw edges in, and stitch that. After stitching, it's time to work on the skirt. So here, the width of your skirt could be the waist measurement times 2 times 2.5 times 3, depending on how full you want it to be and the fabric you're willing to use for this. So that being said, the length of your skirt should be your desired skirt length, which is your dress length minus your bodice length plus hemming allowance. You're going to be hemming the skirt and you're going to attach it to your bodice, so make accounts for that allowance. But for the back of the skirt, you can see I have 2 pieces here. For the back, I made sure that it's 1.5 inches longer than the front. The reason is I have a 1/2 inch elastic which I'm going to be encasing at the back, so you want to make it slightly longer than the front because of the elastic. I'm going to go ahead and make a casing for my elastic by folding in and folding it again, just enough for my elastic, and I'll stitch that in place. So here I'm just threading my elastic in the casing that I had already made for it. That's for my back skirt, using my safety pin. So you want to do well to secure your elastic end with a pin so that it doesn't go in totally. And when you're done, please stitch the sides just to secure that in place. So here I have done it. This is what it looks like. Now that you're done with your back skirt, bring the front over. You're going to place them on top of each other, right side facing, and you're going to join them together by the side. After joining them together by the side, you will do well to gather the upper part to fit your bodice opening and also hem the bottom of the skirt. So for my own side, I decided to use the French seam, and also I hemmed the bottom using my seaming allowance. Now to my bodice, I am going to determine the placement of my loops. So you want to take into account your seaming allowance for this bodice, and also place your loops how you want it to be. Initially, I wanted to have a couple of loops, that I wanted to have up to like 4 loops, but later changed my mind and stick to 3 loops. So the loop here is about 2 inches. When folded, is going to be 1 inch, and remember, ½ inch is going to be sewn away. So this is me adjusting it to 3 loops. So just pin this in place, and you will take to your sewing machine and stitch that down nicely. After stitching, it's time to place the strap on the bodice. So you just placed your strap at that notch point if you had notched it during your pattern. So now place the bodice right side facing. So you're going to start from where the front bodice ended. You know, we have front and back bodice right here. You're going to start from that back and stitch it all the way. Right there, I've put 2 clips on it just to indicate where I am stopping my stitches. So you want to start from that point at the front ended and stitch all around. So I'm going to stitch and stop there, leaving the middle part, that is the front, opened. So please do well to use your allocated seaming allowance when you are stitching this part. After stitching, go ahead and trim those corners, because you want those corners pointed when you turn them right side out. And also notch this curve. You want to notch so that it can lie quite flat when you turn it right side out. Now go over ahead and turn it right side out. Then you should have it looking like this if you've turned it right side out. Now you can go ahead and give it a good press. After giving it a press, go ahead and stitch just to reinforce your strap, just to reinforce that bodice. You can just stitch it again, and after which you bring your skirt over. In this case, you're going to place it right side facing. You're stitching the front bodice to the gathered part of the skirt. So do well to pin this in place. After pinning, take to your sewing machine and stitch in place, arranging your gathers as you go. You want these gathers to be as even as possible. And here you are, your summer outfit is ready. So you can either thread the strap through the loops, or you can bend the loops over and have it as one piece, so it's multifunctional and it can be worn both styles with different effects. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like and share with others. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.